Okay, little buddy, where are we going this week? Are we going to Japan? No.
No.
No, we're going back to Germany. That's right, back to Germany. And who lives in Germany? Besides the Germans? You don't know? Starts with an L. Leica. That's right. We're back for another episode of Leica Man in Vietnam. This time we're looking at the Summarit 75mm 2.4. That's right, it's the upgrade from the original, which was a 2.5. This one's a 2.4. Does that 0.1 make any difference? It does. Yeah, that's right, it does. So we're going to talk about that difference. So grab yourself something to eat or drink, get yourself comfortable.
Two trailer park girls go round the outside,
And let's get it on.
Here I am in Vietnam. Rain is always coming down.
This is Camera Talk with Dr. Scott and Dylan. That's right. Dylan and I back for another episode of Camera Talk. This week, buddy, as the intro says, we're going back to Germany. That's right, the Deutschland, the fatherland. And who comes from Germany? Well, a couple of the big famous photography groups. The Carl Zeiss, which for those vintage lens users out there, kind of cherish those Carl Zeiss Sienna lenses. And then there's Leica. Leica, the one who started it all with the 35mm model of camera, right? And all the lenses to go along with them. So this week we are Leica Man in Vietnam. That's right. And what are we talking about this week? Well, as the intro says, again, we're looking at the one of Leica's economical lines, as they call it, the Summarit line. And the Summarits, started way back. With a 50mm 1.5. But this Summarit, the more modern Summarit, is 2 and above, 2.5, 2.4. And originally they came out in 2007. 2007 they came out with a 2.5. And this particular one we're looking at today is the 75 Summarit. And it is, the one I have is the 2.4, which was an upgrade from the original 2.5. So again, 2007, the 2.5 came out. The 2.4 was released in 2014, so 7 years later. Got the 7-year itch, and they changed to 2.4. And there were a number of improvements that came along with that. It's packaging, the hood. It's got a Leica in the hood. Leica's not like Canon. Canon doesn't provide hoods for anything. You have to buy them outside of the already expensive lens. So here, these lenses come with a hood already. So anyway, and it's metal, all metal hood, very nice. So again, but it's Leica's economical version. And you can still find them out there, but they've been discontinued. I'm sure Leica was probably thinking, wait a minute, we can make a lot more money if we sell people our full-fledged, top-of-the-line lenses.
cheap bastard.
Because they are a small factory and they can only produce X amount of lenses per year and whatnot. So I think it was cutting in on their profit margin and their production capabilities or capacities, not capabilities. But anyway, One of the differences between this line and like my Summicrons and the Summoluxes and the Noctiluxes are they're all metal. This one has a rubber focus grip. And because this is the black, I have the black barrel, it's not easy to see. Now if you get the silver one, then the rubber grip is black also, kind of like my top core, silver with black focus grip. And of course the top core, also top of the line, very nice lens, isn't it? Yeah. So anyway, the the Summarit-75 is it's a nice focal range in between the 50 to 90. There's not tons of difference, 35, 50, 75, 90, and 130. I don't have any 135s, but they're not that drastically different. So you might ask, well, if I have a 35, 50, and a 90, why would I buy a 75?
I don't know.
Just because. There's not a reason why anybody would need one. Now, if you had a 28, and then you didn't have any longer lenses from there, you didn't have a 50, perhaps a 75 would be a big enough difference between 28 to kind of give you that portrait look that you might be looking for. And it's more economical than getting a 75, Summicron, which is an f2, so it's obviously a faster lens, but it's also more than double the cost of this thing. So it just depends on what your bank account says, or your wife. It could be one and the same. So anyway, this is ideal for portraits because of its focal length, and it has a very short focus throw. So it focuses very quickly. So it's ideal for portraits. Landscape even better, nothing's moving around, that you're trying to shoot pictures of mountains or lakes or rainbows or butterflies, or butterflies sitting on a flower, of course, not flying, because it's not good for action. It's good luck trying to focus in on something that's moving with such a short focus throw. Anyway, the next point is about how sharp it is. It's very sharp. It's a Leica. Leica is all about sharpness and rendition and character. And this lens is plenty sharp. Some may argue a little too sharp for portraits. It's not always welcome when, especially females out there trying to look all beautiful for their portrait. And then this thing is so sharp that you can see the pores in the skin, or catch those couple of pimples that are popping up on the side of the face, or maybe a freckle or two that she wishes weren't there. We talking about mommy? Anyway, all you girls are the same. Just kidding. Don't be angry at me. Bokeh or bokeh, depends on how you like to say it. I like bokeh, sounds better to me.
With rich, smooth, buttery bokeh.
Bokeh is Leica bokeh. Very nice. No complaints there. The close focus now, the improvement, as I said, the improvement over the 2.5 7 years later was the 2.5's close focus was 90. 90 is what closer to the 1 meter mark, where some of the bigger, like Noctiluxes and stuff, are ranged at. And so 90 was what it was. Now this 2.4 brings that down to 70, which is where the Summoluxes and Summicron, their close focus is at. So anyway, that's an improvement, yeah. Plus you're actually gaining, that 0.1 of aperture size, so you're gaining a little bit more light.
Do not go into the light!
So what are the specs on this thing? There's six elements in 4 groups. Yeah. close focus is what I just talked about, 70 centimeters, so nothing uncommon there. It has 11 focalicious aperture blades. 11, very nice. And it's not exactly light, but it's not exactly heavy either, 325 grams. So you can walk around with that on your camera all day and not to worry. It's, again, some of the other characteristics, it's very compact for a 75. I mean, it's about the size of a 50. Many other manufacturers out there. Great, great rendition, high micro contrast, right? Picks up all the details and the shadows. And comes with a hood. I mentioned that already too, right? Canon doesn't do something like that, so Leica comes with a hood, and it's a metal hood, screw in, so it's not the bayonet style like many others, but or telescoping like the ones we have. No color fringing, even wide open, very nice, corrected for that. No distortion, also very nice. Good for that. What exactly are you doing? You having a conversation with yourself? Helping yourself count. Learn to count. 1, 2, 3. No, don't make me perform, Daddy. No, not on camera.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh my God. So, that's pretty much all I can tell you, or all I'm gonna tell you about the lens anyway. So let's do what I normally do, which is get you a shot of the, here, sit sideways so you don't fall off. Because then you're gonna fall off and then you're gonna complain to me. I'll tell your mom I fell off, you fell off. And then she'll bitch at me about it. And you know what happens. Are you in charge around here? All right. So, now I'm using my my viewfinder here, just so I can get it as good as can be. Man, the focus throw is really short. All right. 1, 2, 3. And let's do 5.6 just to show you what that looks like. All right, mister. All right. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that was 2.4, 5.6. As you can see, it is very sharp. I'm using this on my Leica M10. Normally I would use my Sony, but since I had it mounted on there, might as well use the Leica M10 just to show you what 24 megapixel looks like from here. So, how about some pictures of this guy? Want to see some pictures of Dylan? Yeah, I thought you would. So here's Dylan at 2.4. Uh-huh. Are you handsome? Do you think you're a handsome man? Yes, you are. And how about Dylan at 5.6? Here. Uh-huh. Playing peekaboo with Daddy. I see. Now, how about some random stuff? Just to show you things other than Dylan. Even though Dylan would like more Dylan all the time. But to show you guys what else it can do besides just pictures of Dylan, we'll show you some random stuff, right? Some outdoor stuff, since we're indoors. Show you rainbows and butterflies and bunny rabbits and trees and ponds and cars. And I'm not going to show you all those things, obviously, but if I have any, I'll show them to you. So here's some random stuff at F whatever. Okay, well that was the Summarit 75 2.4. And what else can we say? Yeah, I know you can think of other things to say that you're not going to say, because your language capability isn't quite there yet, mister. So how about we give our little plug for our photo editing software? Who do we use? We use Luminar, Luminar AI, and Luminar Neo. Now, what does AI stand for? Do you know what AI is? We've done AI before. You don't know? Well, how about you make a wild guess? AI is 1, 2, 3.
No!
No, it's not that. Artificial intelligence. Yes. So, Luminar AI, obviously, with artificial intelligence, came before Luminar Neo, which is their latest, greatest, which is a combination of Luminar 4 and Luminar AI. And Luminar Neo is also full of all kinds of AI, full of it. What kind of AI, mister? Has dust and spot removal. It has power line removal. Just click and analyzes the photo and removes them for you. Very nice. And with all that nasty brushing that goes on. Background removal, in case you want to add your own background in there. I guess some people like to do that kind of thing. That's portrait AI, for those who need help with their portraiture, and so on and so on. There's all kinds of other stuff. I'm not going to go through it all, but check it out yourself. Now, is that cool? What's the other cool thing about it? Well, it's economical. And besides being economical, it's cheaper than a lot of the other big name brands out there. But hey, do you want a deal? Do you want to save $10? Do you think they want to save $10?
No.
No, they don't want to save $10. They'd rather spend full. You don't know what you're talking. You don't even know what $10 is. So, yeah, look at them through your little binoculars. But if you want to save $10, there's a link in the description below. If you click on that link, it'll take you through to Skylum, who's the manufacturer of Luminar, and they're located in Ukraine. And everybody knows what's going on in Ukraine right now. So not only are you, supporting a company in Ukraine trying to survive and do business while being bombed, but you're also getting a good product. Yeah. So Luminar, if you're interested in it, again, click below, save $10. And what does Luminar, what does Skylum do with that $10? No, they don't spend it on that. They give it to us. Yeah, they give it to us because we went through the trouble to try and sell it for them. And what do they call that? They call that kickback. Yeah, everybody loves kickback. That's right. And what are you going to do with your $10 if you get $10? If Daddy lets you have $10, are you going to save it up? You're going to put it in the bank?
Yeah.
No? What are you going to do with it? You're going to give it to Daddy?
No.
You're going to give it to Mommy?
No.
You're going to give it to your girlfriends? The thumbs up girls? The thumbs up girls?
No.
Oh, you sow. Wow. That's Vietnamese for big liar. Uh-huh. I know you like the thumbs up girls. See? There's those thumbs up right there. All right. So anyway, Hey, you give us a thumbs up, we'll give you a taste of the thumbs up girls. You want them to show the you want to show them the thumbs up girls? Your future girlfriends?
Yeah, baby.
All right. Let's give them a little taste before we show them. Thumbs up. Dee 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 dee. Thumbs up. All right. Now, what does YouTube like besides thumbs up? They like subscribers too, right? So why don't you support our channel and subscribe? You want to do one on this side? You gonna help Daddy? Ready? Subscribe. And how about both hands? Both fingers? And Daddy's fingers? No, it won't be only these fingers. His fingers, these fingers? No. That finger. You troublemaker, man. Why are you so lazy today, man? You're like a rag doll. And subscribe. That's right. So, what else could we talk about? I think that was pretty much it, right? I know you always want to talk about cookies and other crap like that. Things you want to do with the thumbs up girls, you dirty-minded little rigger.
Oh, behave.
So, who are we? Well, I'm Dr. Scott. You're Dylan.
I'm Batman.
And together we're all Modesty Photography. And at Modesty Photography, we're all about talk about tips or tricks about photography, lenses, vintage stuff, just photography stuff. Dylan and his having a nap during camera talk. Sit sideways, mister. Or frontward. And other than that, though, I think that was pretty much all we want to tell everybody. So, but you should come back next week because we do one of these each and every week, every Friday, Vietnam time. So depending on where you are in the world, it could be the day before, the day after, the same day, sometime in the weird time warp of everything, right? Right? So, why should they come back next week? Because just as Daddy tells his students in school, you belong here. That's right. And where do they belong? What's the name of the show? This was Camera Talk with Dr. Scott and Dylan. That's right, and Dylan. So thank you for dropping by. Thank you for paying attention, for those who stuck it out all the way through. I know it's not easy. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for helping Dylan save $10 by buying a copy of Luminar. And thank you for just being you. All right. So is that it? You think that's it? It's time to say bye?
Bye.
Okay, ready? Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah.
Here I am, Vietnam.